Hey, what's going on, No Nation? It's your guy, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. This is not my usual setup, as you can probably tell if you're first time checking out the channel. I'm actually on my lunch break here. Didn't have a chance to record on Monday night after the college football playoffs, but man, 2024 started off as a great year. FSU got their quarterback for 2024 and DJ Uiagalelei, and both teams that the college football invitational fraud committee put in over FSU lost. Man, I tell you, that does not make up for the snub, but I mean, I wrote about it on Chop Chat. It's poetic justice is it's about as good as you're gonna get. Both teams that the committee put in over FSU, undeservedly so, lost. And the crazy part was the reason that they gave, regarding quarterback play. Oh man, how crazy is it that Jalen Milrose threw for less yards than Brock Glenn did in the Orange Bowl, a true freshman. I mean, Quinn Ewers, however you pronounce his name, from Texas, the Texas quarterback, didn't have 100 passing yards until well into the fourth quarter against a Washington defense that isn't anywhere close to what FSU would field, or any top team. I mean, they're not a top 25 defense. I mean, man, unbelievable that those two games will play out that way, that both teams that put in there, the two quarterbacks played awful. I mean, awful. I mean, if it tells you anything about Alabama needs, 3 yards, 3 yards, and they don't even put the ball in the air because Buddy can't throw. I mean, he ran right into the back of the O-line. I mean, and Michigan knew it too. They weren't even worried about him passing the ball, which is crazy. Now, look, I know we're going to have the SEC mouth breathers come in here and talk about the Orange Bowl. Listen, I'm going to address this once and one time only. Obviously, that wasn't the FSU team that went 13-0. That wasn't a quarterback that would have been starting the game. And FSU would have had, 3 weeks to prepare for the game. And FSU could have beaten either one of those teams yesterday. I mean, without question. I saw a stat that said that Alabama averaged 3 yards per play in overtime against Michigan. Man, FSU was averaging that against Georgia with backups in the Wildcat. Just the Wildcat alone, they were getting 3 yards a play. I mean, Mike Norvell is one of the best offensive minds in the country. You trying to tell me that he wouldn't have cooked something up? Come on, man. Come on now. Oh man, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. SEC won't even have a team in the finals. And during the game, these corny fans talking about SEC. What's crazy is I saw an LSU player respond to Jordan Travis talking about 63-3. I'm like, bro, you the same LSU team that FSU blew out earlier this year? But you're going to use a team that's not your team and try to, brag like you guys did something when it wasn't even the FSU team that, that went 13-0. So, in hindsight, it's not really vindication, but I mean, this is as close as you can get to it. I mean, there's no way you can make that up to the players that, that didn't get the opportunity that they deserved to play for, a national championship, or at least, the chance to play in the semifinals to get to the national championship. Sorry for the background noise. There's some traffic going if it's a distraction, but I wanted to be able to get something out to you guys. But yeah, it's man, it's wild. It's wild. I'm sure you're gonna have. I am curious to see what the fallout's gonna be. How the media is going to try to steer this conversation, because the real question is, will the media put 2-loss Alabama, 2-loss Texas over? I mean, I guess you can say it's a 13-1 FSU team, but look, that team never lost in my opinion, because that wasn't a team that went 13-0. But would they put those two teams over a 1-loss FSU team in the final standings? Do they have the balls to do that? I mean, they found a way to give two other teams an opportunity ahead of FSU who had earned it. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm curious to see how that's gonna fall out. I mean, wow, it's crazy. Let me know what you guys thought about the two games. I mean, FSU definitely could have beaten either Alabama or Michigan. Neither one of them have spectacular quarterbacks. FSU's stout against the run. Obviously, FSU's pass defense is among the best in the country. You've seen FSU shut down the top offense in the country. I mean, really what it would have come down to is, could FSU's offense have scored enough, obviously, against those two defenses? Look, Bama's defense isn't anything special. Michigan's offense isn't anything special. So you wouldn't really need a ton of points. I mean, I don't know if either one would have scored more than 13 against FSU's defense. Tate Rodemaker with 3 weeks. Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, Jaheim Bell with 2-3 weeks to get healed up. FSU's offensive line, an opportunity to get healed up. I mean, they held up pretty well against Georgia when the starters were out there. It's not like Georgia was just bum rushing them and getting tackles for a loss every play and sacking dude. I'm telling you. And if we'd had Jordan Travis, obviously, and you got 3 weeks to prepare, three weeks for guys to get healthy. That's the sad thing about it, man. It feels like, look, all things happen for a reason. I truly believe that. A lot of times you just don't have the understanding at the time to really wrap your mind around it. So for whatever reason it happened, we'll probably find out here, whether it's 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, but we'll see. But in hindsight, you always feel bad for the players who put in all the sacrifice, played hurt, and didn't get that opportunity. People talking about culture at FSU. FSU's culture. There's nothing wrong with FSU's culture. I mentioned it in the last video. These guys put it on the line every week to go undefeated, and you're seeing that a lot of guys that are eligible to come back next year are deciding to do so. Patrick Payton signed with Battles In. Darius Washington signed with Battles In. Lawrence Toafili signed with Battles In. And the list is more than that. I'm just going off the top of my head. So it's not like guys are just jumping ship or whatever. So FSU's fine. FSU will. I mentioned having patience for transfer portal recruiting. And like I mentioned, you got DJ Uiagalelei. Oh, I think I got it down pat. In the fold now, and like I said, I think he'll probably whoever they got at quarterback, whether it's him or Cam Ward, that would kind of start that momentum that FSU would need to acquire the offensive lineman, probably wide receiver, defensive lineman, things like that. So I think you'll see them start to cook here in the next week or so. I know they already have several guys planning to visit, so we'll see what happens here, and then we'll get ready for spring semester to start. Guys get enrolled officially. Then it's go time for countdown to spring practice. Or I guess they have tour of duty and all that good stuff. But yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think about the college football playoffs. Do you feel like FSU is vindicated? I mean, as much as you could be. Those of you that are SEC mouth breathers, save it. Not even going to address you guys in the comments now. Appreciate you clicking though. But that's about all I got, man. I'll probably do a video later this week, depending on what happens with guys in the portal or whatnot. But as always, appreciate the support. I did make a post in the community section. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, please do so. Got some questions I want to hear from you guys on. Got my goals listed for 2024 there. You can go check those out. And see how you can help me. But again, appreciate all the support, and we look forward to rocking out with you guys in 2024. So until next time, go Noles.